everyone. I'm Kathy. Welcome to my kitchen. Tonight I'm doing cook once, eat twice. So I'm using an Epicure Sweet and Sour Stir Fry, but I'm going to make a lemon chicken with this recipe. So here we go. We're going to start with, instead of using your crushed pineapple, I'm going to use 2 freshly squeezed lemons. So I just put them in my squeezer here, and away we go. Get all that lemony juice out of there, because that's what I want my basis to be for my chicken. And see, takes all of it out. Drop those few seeds in there. Next one, lemon up to the sky. And we put it back in. This is a good and juicy one. Look at all that lemon juice. Okay, so I have roughly almost a cup. That'll be a good base to start. Then I want to put in a couple tablespoons. I'm going to do a bit of vinegar. I'm just going to do 1 of vinegar. So I do already have a lot of acidity in it with my lemon. Then this is a gluten-free soy sauce. So if you're looking for one, soy sauce light by VH. This one is gluten-free. This is the one we'll use, and I'm going to put in. If I can get it to come out, it's near the end of my bottle. There's 1. I'm going to put 2 of it in. Right up to the top. There we go. Very good. So it's much, and then I'm just going to top it up with just a little bit of water, because it is going to make my sauce for my chicken. So I'm just going to top it up to a bit of water. So now it's just roughly 1.5 cups. It's not quite 1.5. So close, pretty close. Best part. Smells so good. It smells like lots of peppers and things. I'm going to pour in my seasoning. And I'm going to give that seasoning a nice stir. And we're going to let it sit. It'll sit and hydrate and puff up and flavor. It's going to be yummy. So, next, before I get started with my chicken, I want to get some veggies for tonight's dinner. So I have already cut and washed my cauliflower in my handy little strainer here. I'm going to put that in. I'm just going to steam it on the stove here while everything's right here for me, so I might as well steam it all together. And I can put that one on right away. As soon as I turn on my stove, we'll get it bubbling. I also have some nice garden fresh beets. They've already been cooked down, so I just took them when they were whole beets and boiled them for about maybe 15-20 minutes. Then I just stored them in the fridge. So now what I've done is I've just sliced them, and for this when I cook them, I just add a little bit of vinegar to it. It gives it a bit of that pickling taste without it being completely pickled. And we're going to just let them simmer away. And I'm going to just put them on low to start, because they won't take long at all. Now, the great part is my chicken. So my chicken, all I've done is I've taken extra chicken tonight. I've taken 5 fairly large chicken breasts, and I've cut them into chunks. My chicken's a little frozen still, so they're a little hard. And I'm just going to coat them in a flour. So you can use cornstarch if you want. The flour I'm using is from Sobeys or Foodland. It's their Compliments gluten-free blend. And it has a bit of tapioca flour. It has potato starch and a bit of corn flour. It's a blend I really like. It doesn't bother me. I can't eat rice flour, so that's why we look for a different one. And I'm not crazy about just cornstarch. I like when I'm breading my chicken like this, I like it to have a little bit of a crust on that. It's just, that's a personal preference. But I just want to have nice, flavorful chicken tonight. So I've done a pretty good job here mixing it. And I'm just going to get it into my pan now. So I've put in my pan just a little bit of olive oil. And now I'm just going to get my chunks in. And I'm just grabbing them by the handful, basically. Just because I don't want to splatter. But you can see this is a pretty quick and easy meal. There's not a lot of skill. And that's the nice thing about our meal solutions, that you can use them and get a dinner on the table raw to ready in 20 minutes. So let's get the rest of this chicken in. So I'm going to get my chicken going. And I put my pan on fairly high because I like to sear it a little bit so it gets a bit of a crust on it. So you're probably wondering now, how am I making this 2 meals? So here's my secret. I can't serve them the same thing 2 nights in a row. So we're going to have a wonderful chicken dinner tonight with our beets and our cauliflower. And tomorrow night, with the leftover chicken, because I have done the extra chicken breasts, we're going to have chicken noodle soup. Because I just feel like it. I feel fall has started and nothing's better than a chicken noodle soup in the fall. So that's what we have planned. So that's how we do the cook once 2 meals. And I am going to do a tape for the chicken noodle soup because I think you might like the recipe. And that. So now we're just going to wait and get our chicken going. All right, my beets have simmered nicely in the vinegar. They smell good. They're nice and warm. They'll be perfect for dinner. There's my cauliflower in my steamer. It's getting there. We'll just keep steaming it. Looks good. Beautiful, fresh, garden fresh cauliflower. Now my chicken, remember I put it on a little higher. So I really wanted that sizzle and a little bit of a crust on it. It's just the way we like our chicken. So all I do is just flip the pieces, break them apart as you have to. But they're cooking nicely in here. I love that sear I've got on them. The nice crust is making. And I like that especially, not just for this dish tonight, but I like it for my soup. And putting in the flavorful chicken, it just adds a new depth of flavor, which you'll see tomorrow when I do that toast. But it's looking yummy, 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 yummy. Look how fast that chicken cooks. It's looking decadent. Very good. Okay, I don't want to close it too fast. So, I was at the very first vendor event I've been able to do in 2020. I had planned to do all sorts as usual because I like getting out and I like meeting people. But there's the first one that I was able to do, and we did it outside, maximum only 25 people because the new Ontario regulation came in. And we did it social distancing, masks and gloves, and we did a good job. I just laid out what I had and kept the supply behind on the back of the table, so as people told me what they wanted, I could pick. But why I'm talking about it is my #1 selling items yesterday were these meal solutions. The #1 reason is everybody's looking for quick meal solutions. We still don't have all restaurants open at full speed. We don't have as much takeout anymore, and it's all for good reason. It's better for us to eat more at home. It's cheaper, better on the wallet. It's cheaper to eat at home. And the #1 best-selling one yesterday was a brand new product. It's our sweet garlic chicken. That one sold out instantly. In fact, I don't have any in my house. I'm so happy that there's more coming tomorrow. But it was my #1 seller yesterday that everybody wanted to try. This one's from last winter's catalog, the stir fry. And I love it because it's so versatile. So tonight we're doing it as our chicken, but you can also do it just to have a mix of veggies and things and make a nice sweet and sour. And if you made it the way the package says and used like the pineapple chunks in that, it would make a great stir fry. But I like to change things up because that's what I'm all about. And it's just to add variety. That's how easily you can make variety in your meals. It's just changing an ingredient or two. So instead of having the pineapple flavor, I have the lemon. And my lemon chicken, the difference between mine and what you get at your restaurants, is I don't have all that sugar. And it is still, you're still gonna have that sweet taste. And that's what I like about it, but it's a healthy version. You're getting that sweet taste from the fruit itself, the lemons. I don't go adding any extra sugar or anything. And that, especially right now, if you've been following along, I've been doing the 90-day Epic Life Challenge. So I definitely don't want any of that extra sugar. So once you just teach yourself to enjoy natural flavors, it's a lot easier. This is getting great. I love it. Let's give it another minute or so here. It's looking good. Now my chicken was a little frozen. Still, because I was just a little slow getting it out of the freezer. But I just buy straight chicken breasts for doing this meal. I get them from Nicolin's in just outside of, well, it's on Horseshoe Valley Road. And the reason I buy from them is I know where they get their chicken from. They get their chicken from the Canadian poultry farms out of St. Jacobs. So it's all Canadian. It's processed in Canada. And that's a key thing if you're picky like me for meats and where you want to know where your food's coming from and what's done to your food. I know that this is all processed and done right here in Canada. A lot of your other brands and a lot of your packs that you're buying like at Loblaws and that are all sent to another country to have them processed. So I don't want any of that. So that's my little tidbit about my chicken. And that I like. There are other people who have there's lots of farms and that. This time more and more people I know are looking at farm fresh and locally. I'm sure there's a lot more local poultry distributors in the area. I just happen to love their stuff, and we were down at St. Jacobs so often that I got hooked on their chicken breasts because they're just so nice, and I've never had any issues with them. They're cleaned well, and so that's why I've stuck with them. And I think we are almost at the point where I can add in that beautiful mixture of spices. I'm just going to break a few more apart. Oh yeah, they're done. They look so good. So I'm just going to put my lid down again, just so I can get the rest of this flipped over and break apart. Smells so good. So here we go. This is our lemony mixture with our sweet and sour spices. And all I do is I pour in the mixture like this. I'm going to immediately throw the lid back on, let it bubble for a minute, and then I'll go in and spoon it around. In the meantime, I'll show you what I was using for flipping the chickens. These are our grip and grab. And they're fabulous. I use them for cooking all the time. I use them for serving food. They're just fantastic. It's one of my favorite kitchen tools. Now for my serving, and it looks like I'm missing my spoon. I'm just going to use my lifter then. Once again, cooking grade silicone. This is great. They're well covered, and they can go up to I think it's 450 in the oven. Not that you're going to put your lifter in the oven, but that means you can use them for, you know, flipping chicken fingers and things in the oven. And that, and here we go. Oh, it smells so delicious. You'll see now I got lots of bubbling sauce here. This is the point where I like to bring it down to just simmer. And this is when I do my flipping around, just to get my spices mixed well in the flavoring. But oh, it smells delicious. And that's the last part of this dish I do, is just let it now simmer in this sauce. And the sauce will start to thicken up, and you're going to have an incredible dinner. And I'd say my cauliflower is finishing up. And I've got my beautiful beets. So we're having a nice, beautifully colored diet, which we're supposed to have on a balanced plate. And listen, we're raw to ready in less than 20 minutes. So that's how easy it is to cook and have and enjoy really good, delicious food. Whole, pure food ingredients. So I'm going to say goodbye to you now. Tomorrow, you're going to see me take our leftover chicken and make a fabulous chicken noodle soup. Talk to you then. Bye.